Welcome, everybody. It's Friday fucking night.
Friday
fucking night again.
Yep.
We're doing it on Friday.
We're doing it on Friday.
I want to thank the wife for tuning in because I know she's the only motherfucker listening, watching.
That's all right.
Yeah.
There'll be more.
There will be more.
I got confidence.
You want to do that story? That wasn't that fucking interesting.
Well, I just had it up. I mean,
Oh.
we'll do that one. That's a lot more
That's
interesting.
why you just random clicker.
Yeah.
Random
I'm a
clicker.
clicker.
Oh, that one. Yeah, only moms.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was part of our the title for our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. Wait till you guys hear about this one.
Yeah. This is
What the
fucked up.
Yeah, what the shit.
I mean, and it's tied in with another fucked up story.
There's another one too. Yeah, we've got some stories for you folks tonight there in podcast land, video podcast land. And once again, my cat wants to be part of the show. So if she jumps up on my lap and on the computer and on the mixer, that's just what she does because that's what she does. We started Tinsley's channel, Tinsley's Lab on YouTube. Check it out. There she goes. You fucking cat.
Hey, kitty.
And Elsa here wanted to be part of the show. So she started messing with the green screen in the background. And I don't know if the camera caught it, but I'm like, yeah, you fucking cat. I didn't say it that loud, but she does have a kids channel, so I don't know if that's going to be allowed.
You can forget your monetization.
Well, I can. I think it's in the last video we haven't put up yet. I can cut that out. But yeah, check out Tinsley's Lab on YouTube. It's me and her doing gross science shit.
Yeah, it's cute. It's very nice.
And it's nothing like what you're going to see here.
Yeah, not even.
The language is clean. The experiments are dirty. And it's a good time.
Yeah, it's cute. It's very cute. And she's a ham. She fits right into that.
Well, yeah. So what the fuck's been going on with you, Sanchez?
Not much.
You keep looking at this Only Moms picture.
Well, yeah. Well, she's kind of hot.
She kind of looks like she's been used hard and put away wet.
That's exactly what I was thinking. No, she's not bad looking.
I was going to use her picture for the thumbnail, but I just had this sinking suspicion that she might get pissed or like something would come of it.
Who, this gal or the wife?
No, this gal.
As long as you do a screenshot, and we always do a disclaimer that, by the way, here is the disclaimer.
It doesn't matter if there's a disclaimer. If we say there's a disclaimer, if she sees her picture up online advertising our podcast, she's going to want some fucking cash.
No, not as long.
She's one of them Only Moms.
Yeah.
She does shit for money.
They can't have our money.
What money?
Yeah, it's exactly it.
What?
Where is she going to get money from us?
I don't know. But I had her picture up for the.
We're bringing light to her plight. People are going to be upset when they hear this story.
Yeah,
our listeners are.
It's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty sad what her own children are going through.
Well, I mean,
they shouldn't be punished for what she does.
There used to be that old term, being punished for the sins of the father. Oh, now they're trying to punish the kids for the sins of the mother, which probably isn't even a sin.
Well, she's trying to get by. It's her side hustle.
We might as well do
We might as well do the story.
Yeah.
All right.
So school suspends boy after finding his mom's OnlyFans content. And, she's not an attractive, semi-attractive young lady.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, she's not dog ugly.
Should we show a picture?
Go ahead.
All right. So what happened with this
She looks
kid?
like she's got terminal duck lips, and that's totally unattractive. And OnlyFans mom says her son's school suspended him after they found out about the content she makes on her free time.
There she is.
Yep. Another day, another OnlyFans scandal. This time, OnlyFans star Sarah Blake Cheek is revealing her story in support of fellow creator and Florida mom Victoria Treese.
The Florida mom.
Yeah,
we got a Florida mom.
Florida OnlyFans.
We got a Florida mom. Yeah, Florida mom.
Yeah, well, Victoria Treese, who was banned from volunteering earlier this year, 31-year-old Victoria Snooks Treese announced that she would be taking action against Orange County Public Schools after she was no longer allowed to volunteer because of her OnlyFans account.
Is there a highlighted link to what her OnlyFans account involves?
So far as I can tell, no.
Okay.
I mean, I think, I don't know how OnlyFans works.
Well, it's, for only the fans, can see this content.
It costs money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I ain't gonna. They'll never. In defense of Treese, Cheek revealed that how she and her family were discriminated against when her son's school found out about her own OnlyFans videos. According to this lady,
I'm curious now. God damn it!
According to this lady, she was forced to homeschool her 7-year-old after he was suspended when the school found out she was an OnlyFans model.
And I can guarantee you this 7-year-old has no idea what OnlyFans is and why he's being suspended.
You can't come to our school. Your mom's bad.
Your mom's better looking than us, and we don't like the fact that she's making money off of it.
People pay to look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to Cheek, she was forced to homeschool her kid after they found out she was an OnlyFans model. My son was even suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me or give a reason as to why he was being treated badly simply because I did OnlyFans.
Only moms.
Yeah, only moms. Now, with Victoria Treese's story making waves, Cheek decided to share her story and wants to end the unjust treatment for moms who make this content for a living. When her story hit, I messaged her because I had found an attorney willing to take on the OnlyFans case. Good.
An only attorney.
Yeah, an only attorney. I had a similar situation with being banned from my kids' football organizations because I did OnlyFans. They erased me from my kids' lives and humiliated me for what I did in private by exposing that secret.
That's probably not all she exposed.
Well, I'm sure that she exposes plenty.
For $4.99 a month, you can see what she exposed.
Yeah, well, that's a gallon of milk, man. Dude, I'm 66 years old.
You've said that.
I've seen it. Okay, so so I don't understand why her kid can't go to school because of what she does.
Well, with us starting that YouTube channel for Tinsley, there was a lady that had commented on Carrie's post because she shared it. She said that her daughter also has a YouTube channel, and the school and some parents are very upset over it.
Yeah, well, they can go have a coconut smile, can't they?
Well, but why?
Because
okay, here it is. The same thing.
Yeah.
You're doing something that we don't agree with. We're going to punish your kid. And now our daughter has a YouTube channel that does educational shit.
Right.
What's the problem?
There is none, Shanny. There is none. I can tell
you
that there is
you don't
no
see a problem.
There is,
but there are some uptight fucking parents out there, and some school districts that have a problem with kids having a fucking YouTube channel. I mean, what are they afraid of?
It isn't like she's a wildcat kid, that's going out there, skirting the, the rules and all that. She's doing a thing with her father, right? With her dad. Her and her dad got this thing going on where they're making cute little YouTube videos.
But there are going to be people with problems with it.
Yeah, well,
which is weird. I just don't get it. I mean, if I don't get it, why would there be a problem? Just like with her,
because they
why is there a problem? Because this kid's mom has a side hustle.
Yeah, because they got a clench in their butthole that won't let go, right? That they think any kid that gets their face on the internet is going to be molested, attacked, exploited. Well,
sure, they're exposed to the internet.
There's going to be 800 pedophiles waiting out your front door for that kid to walk out.
Well, I got 1,000 bullets.
Yeah.
But
that's what they think. They think that, there's a lot of people that will tell you don't ever put your child's picture on Facebook, Never let your child's image ever be on the internet ever.
The wife is saying there's so many kids with a YouTube channel. Yeah, and they're
Right.
making fucking millions.
Some of them are.
Yeah. So I just don't get the whole point. I mean, why punish the kid for this, for his mom doing a side hustle, making money? I guarantee she's a single mom with those dick sucking lips.
Yeah,
Why you keep looking at that picture? She's got her tongue out,
Got her
ready
tongue
for
out, yeah.
ready for the pearl necklace.
Yep. Because it's better than that picture.
Yeah, yeah, that's a better picture.
Yeah, we're done.
But I just don't get it. Why punish the kid for what, the mom is, doing on
There's
the side?
no good reason. There's no good reason. I mean, if it's a public school, she's going to win.
Oh yeah.
'Cause what I suspect it's probably either like a parochial school or a private school. Then she may have a hard row.
But still, why? I mean, it's not affecting his education in any way. Well, now it is because he's fucking suspended.
Because he's suspended, yeah.
But how long before?
It's because of osmosis, man. If she's going to put the bad juju on that kid,
How
because
long
he lives in
before-
the same house, and that kid is going to bring the bad juju to their school.
Did he bring bad juju before?
I don't know.
I mean, she didn't just start the OnlyFans. She's had it for quite a while.
Yeah, that's how she makes her living.
So it didn't affect the kids' education before they knew about it. It only affected the kids' education after the fact that they knew about it.
I wonder if she was one of them foot ladies, if they would kicked him out. Remember that foot lady?
Oh, she was older. She was
the
quite a bit
gnarled up
older.
feet.
Yeah.
But she was making top bank, just freaking charging people to look at her nasty ass feet.
And the road mat up to her cooch.
Yeah. They was paying.
Yeah. Well, I don't
I
get
got
it.
some pretty ugly feet. Maybe I could get on that.
And
that way.
with our YouTube channel, like you were asking, the comments are disabled. YouTube does that when there's minors involved.
Well, yeah,
for some
that's probably
reason.
not a bad idea. Well, I mean, the kid's going to be reading it, and then some of those comments can get pretty, negative.
Oh, could be,
and
yeah.
foul, and you don't want kids,
So just hit the like button,
Yeah.
subscribe, and like to Tinsley's Lab.
like that shit.
Yeah, like that shit.
Yeah.
And speaking of school and Satan, after school,
After School Satan Club holds first meeting at Virginia Primary School. So
we
I've read
did
this.
something about this before, right? With
with the
that was a satanic church.
Church of Satan. That's who's sponsoring this.
Oh, they're sponsoring
Yeah.
it.
And so the
So
whole
there's
thing,
money involved.
whole thing about the Church of Satan is
Do they pay taxes?
I don't think they do, because they're a church. They're a real church. And but the thing is they're not like, they use the name as a troll, right? As a troll moniker.
Well, it's any publicity, even bad publicity, is good publicity.
Right. Well, they picked that name out because they knew everybody was going to clench when they heard it.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is they're really atheists. They have no
Belief.
deity. Yeah, no belief in a deity and no belief in a God, a good one or a bad one, right? They're angels or any of that, but they just use this because they were tired of people trying to ram Christianity down everybody's throat. Everybody's all upset because you can't say prayers in school, which you can. You just can't lead prayers in school, right?
I don't
You
know.
just can't. Yeah, I mean,
I
you
haven't
can't
been to
have a-
school in 25 years. How
you
the
just-
fuck
you
do
just
I
can't
know?
have a school. You've always been able to pray in school. If a kid wants to pray before he eats his lunch, he's always been able to do that.
Oh yeah, it's
Never
just
been
you
allowed.
can't say, "Hey, now it's prayer time."
Right? Yeah,
we're all
you
going to
you
pray.
Can't say it's time for morning prayers.
Okay.
So they're having this one particular school has some kind of a Christian club that meets on certain days after school, and so the Church of Satan says, "Hey, we want a club too."
Why not?
And of course, the pucker started. Yeah, no, you can't. You're Satanist. You're evil. You got. They said, well, okay, well then we'll sue.
Yeah,
because
and which they can.
You can't. You're right. You can't put one religion over another.
You
they're-
can't-
They're
well,
religions. I mean,
yeah.
you can't.
There's a amendment, isn't there? Freedom of
Yeah,
religion.
It's called the first one. Right out of the chute, they
Shoot.
they figure, well, we got to say something about this.
Is that freedom of expression?
this freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech?
Yeah, Congress shall enact no law.
That kind of brings me back.
free
I was
exercise thereof.
kind of reminiscing when we passed the fucking the school sign, that sign, that big illuminated sign in front of the school here in town.
Oh yeah. Our
Remember when I put the vote yes, measure 3?
Yeah, we were having a measure to was that for the
legalization
for medical or for
measure 5? I think was medical.
Yeah, no, it was our first recreational.
For
recreational cannabis.
And it said for any advertisement,
Right.
contact this person and this number, and we'll put your message on the board. So, which I did. And I said, vote yes, measure 3.
Right. Oh,
Did that fucking plucker some butts.
I'm telling you.
And, and it got taken down. Ultimately, it got taken down. I was never charged for the advertisement. They didn't cash a check because they knew it was going to get taken down. But I'm wondering if it would have said vote no, measure 3, would there have been a problem?
Well, you could have created one. I mean, or somebody could have created one if they wanted to.
Well,
because they would, if they would, probably not.
It would have been still been up though.
But had somebody if it said vote no on measure 3, nobody probably would have said a word. But if somebody came by and said, "Well, I want to put one that says vote yes,"
yeah,
they would both come down.
Yeah, or they wouldn't even put the second one up, and the
no,
they would.
The first one would come down.
Yeah,
because people here are stupid.
Well, that just made me think, with this whole thing that, hey, the Christians have a club, and now the Satanists want a club.
Right.
So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander type of thing.
Well, this is because it's a school and it gets federal funds. So that's the thing about freedom of speech, all right, is if somebody came into your house and started saying things you didn't like, you could tell them to shut up and get out. And that's
my house.
It's your house. It's a private deal. If you had a business and people came in and were saying things you didn't like, you could throw them out because it's a
right to refuse service.
But the government is a different deal. If your business was getting federal money to keep your business open, you would not be able to tell them to shut up and get out. You would have to allow them to speak. Right, and say whatever they want.
Speech.
Which, and I advise you, go ahead and let people, unless they're being,
belligerent.
Well, yeah, belligerent, but if they're just saying things you don't agree with, it's dumb to tell them to shut up because then that's like
because if you say shut up, you're saying things that they don't agree with.
That's just it. You don't want anybody to tell you can't say what's on your mind, right?
Well, that's, okay, what's the story?
No, the story is in
Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia. Oh, in Virginia, there's another, just a little side note.
Vagina.
With ever since the Supreme Court said that there's no intrinsic right to abortion, a lot of these red states are trying to, enact the legalities of abortion and when you can and when you can't. So I think it's Virginia, it's either Virginia or West Virginia, they are saying now they're going to pass this law that if you're a woman and you have an app on your phone that helps you keep track of your menstrual cycle, that if a cop pulls you over, he can search your phone for that to find out if you've been having your period on a regular.
That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
And to see if you've been missing your period, so they can find out if you're pregnant and find out if you've had an abortion. I'm serious. This is a real fucking thing.
Okay, since we're getting all political.
I know. Well, no.
And not even political, just, YouTube stupid. Has a fucking crazy bug in their ass.
Oh, yeah.
We had one of our videos taken down because we talked about something that we probably shouldn't have.
You remember what it was?
Yeah. I watched the content that was removed. It was about that old guy in the nursing home that cast more votes, that cast more than one vote first. Yeah. They took that video down because they said it was false information, misleading information. And I wanted to dispute it and say, this is a news story. This isn't, this is a news article. We don't bring you false shit except for the first probably 2 episodes of our show.
Well, that's okay because, we and, the thing is we're doing this show tonight live. If anybody sees it later, YouTube may have decided to pull something out of it, right?
No, they pull the whole show. They don't just pull.
Show.
Yeah, they don't pull certain bits.
Interesting. But it's still on Facebook, right?
I don't know.
Was it a live show or was one?
No, it was a recorded one.
Recorded one. Okay.
But yeah, so if we get,
That's why you should always check the website, because I link to all this shit. Everything we do, I link to.
yeah, they're actual news articles.
They're actually, we don't make this shit up.
We can't. We
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, it's
we
a half of
couldn't
what
make
we
this
could,
shit
yeah.
up. Okay, back to
All
this
right,
story.
in Chesapeake, Virginia, after being put on hold for months, an after-school Satan Club held its first meeting Thursday at B.M. Williams Primary School.
Carrie says the duck. I'm thinking she's saying the fuck. I don't know. What's the duck mean, baby? Okay, go ahead.
All right. Sure.
I had to put her comment up, otherwise I'll hear about it later.
In Chesapeake, Virginia, primary school, B.M. Williams Primary School, Chesapeake, Virginia. The ACLU of Virginia called the development a victory for free speech and religious liberty. Under the First Amendment, the government can't treat one religious group less favorably than another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can't give potential objectors or hecklers a veto over unpopular speech by charging the speaker a security fee. And that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to say, well, you're going to have to pay us like $8,000 security fee before we can let you have this club. Trying to just price them out.
Extort them.
Yeah, extort them, yeah. Or just setting up a roadblock for them, punishing them for having views different than they agreed with. You can't do that.
That's the American way.
Oh, yeah. So, a security. Well, I'm trying to remember where I left off. That school district ultimately recognized this and is taking steps to correct these unlawful actions and policies. Is an enormous victory for free speech, religious liberty, and democracy. We hope that tonight's meeting is a joyful, enriching experience for the children, said June Everett, director of the Satanic Temple's after-school Satan Club. Oh, there are people that are just absolutely on fucking fire.
Because it actually sounds good. That's a good fucking name. What was that again?
It's the Satanic Temple's after-school Satan Club.
Stats.
Prior to the meeting, there's often a misconception about our religious beliefs and practices, but we will not accept discrimination by government officials. Public schools everywhere are on notice that we will vigorously defend the Satanic Temple's rights and the rights of children and families who want to participate in the after-school Satan's Club.
So, a little advice from Happy Hour News team out there for anybody out there listening. If you're going to stir the shit pot, go counterclockwise. That's what you got to do.
You got to go counterclockwise.
Yep.
Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then go ahead and go clockwise.
Oh, okay, yeah. Carrie says the fuck about the app search on the phone. Yeah, about pregnancy and all that. Yeah, that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Unless you're actually being arrested on a charge, and they can search your phone then for incriminating evidence. Or if you're at the border and you have like suspicious activities and you're like smuggling money or smuggling pets, they can search your phone. I watched To Catch a Smuggler.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Other than that, but if it's a fucking traffic stop, they can't fucking take out your phone and say, hey, you menstruating?
hey, you on a rag?
And if that does happen, couldn't the woman fucking get him for sexual harassment?
I'm thinking.
So.
I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of HIPAA violation there somewhere. I know HIPAA actually is not what people think it is. It's
medical.
Yeah, it's more geared around medical professionals.
Yeah, doctors,
and sharing
EMS,
information with like insurance companies, between hospitals, between
and
doctors,
even private entities.
Right.
You can't talk about with my ambulance. I can't talk about shit what goes on in the calls.
Oh, of course not. I'm trying to find the story I read about this, about the app.
Fucking Elsa. God damn it, kitty.
A naughty kitty.
Well, she's an attention whore.
Well, yeah.
Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me.
She's a kitty. All right, let me see if I can find her.
Tina, thanks for tuning in. HIPAA violation, LOL. That's what she's saying. It is. It could be. I guess. I don't know. It's privileged information. I mean, that's your private business on your phone. You can't just be giving it to some officer. You get stopped at a fucking running a red light. Oh, I notice you're menstruating. You know, what the fuck?
Or I want to see if you've been menstruating. I need to see your phone, please.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any damn sense. What are you looking for? Side articles?
Well, I'm trying to look for that story that I read that in. You talk for a minute. I'm going to look something up.
All right, how about a beauty blogger killed a lookalike she found on Instagram to fake her own death?
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
Oh, she needed to get out of town for a minute.
Well, this is a woman in Germany has been accused of killing a lookalike she found on Instagram to fake her own death. The suspect, identified as some gal, is alleged to have stabbed beauty blogger, some other gal, more than 50 times, completely disfiguring her face after luring her into a meeting in the Bavarian capital of some place last August. Some gal, 24-year-old German Iraq woman, who is herself a beauty blogger, then alleged tried to make it look like as if she was one who had been murdered by leaving this other gal's body in her Mercedes car and parking it near the flat of a friend. Some other gal, names which I cannot pronounce, who is allegedly to have been an accomplice. So this gal found her doppelganger and said, fuck you, bitch,
Yeah,
you're dead.
you're
and
dead.
I'm going to fake my own death.
Fake my death. They're going to find your body and think it's me.
What was the end game, though?
So she could get away with it. So because
Just to kill somebody?
well, she had to have a body so they think she was dead.
Well, I'm saying, why would she want to do that? What was her motive?
I'm not sure. Let me.
I mean, she had to have some shit going on. Be like, oh, I think I need to die. I'm going to kill this gal.
She was German, so God only knows, right?
Huh! Oh, man.
So anyway, here's the story. Virginia governor blocks a bill banning police from seeking menstrual histories. So,
Oh, wait, hold up. Philip says collect her own life insurance.
there you go.
That could be it.
There
Nice
you go.
detective work, Philip.
job,
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I mean, the one night he tunes in, he's fucking gold, right?
He's golden. Yeah. Or a college exam she didn't want to take.
Yeah,
Sorry, professor, I'm dead.
maybe she just didn't want to go to work, and they already found out that her parents can only die like 4 times.
Oh, Philip. Shantae Ornelas is my bitch. Fuck you, Philly. Good to have you on the show, though. You need to call in one of these days. So, what was this?
So in Virginia,
Goddamn, I got nose itches.
Virginia,
it's whiskey.
they got together in their Congress or whatever they got there, and they said, well, we're going to make this, because everybody's so uptight about the whole getting pregnant thing and having abortions, we're going to pass this law here that's going to prohibit, like, police officers from searching your phone.
Oh, yeah, they should prohibit.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we got to pass a law for the Fourth Amendment.
They passed this law. The government said, "No, I'm not signing that."
Well, they passed a law
But the government
to
has to sign it.
prevent the Fourth
They'll
Amendment.
prevent the police from violating the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah.
Because evidently that's the way it is. So the Republican governor of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, appeared to have thwarted an attempt to stop law enforcement obtaining menstrual histories of women in the state. That just sounds creepy as fuck to me. I want to see your panties. A bill passed in a Democratic-led Senate and supported by half the chamber's Republicans. This is not just the Democrats. This is also half of all the rest of the Republicans that are in there.
They're all in on it.
They're all saying, yeah, this is a good idea. We don't want the cops, searching people's
That's a
phones.
great idea.
Yeah. Would have banned search warrants for menstrual data stored in tracking apps on mobile phones or other electronic devices. Advocates feared private health information could be used in prosecutions for abortion law violations. So they really, 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 really want to control a woman's life.
Well, on that note, we're going to go to this.
Welcome to Johnny One Nut Sex Shop. How can I help you?
You got any soiled underwear?
What?
Shitty knickers.
Oh, you mean pre-soiled underwear?
Yeah,
Here, we
dirty
got
stuff.
all kinds. We got 12 different varieties. Some for looking at, some for sniffing. We even got edibles.
That's what I want.
At Johnny One Nut Sex Shop, we got tons of pervy shit. We got something for every kind of sexual deviant. We like to shove things up your butt. We got shelves of that stuff. We got stuff to get stuff out of your butt if that's what you're into. We got dildos, butt plugs, and every other fucking thing you can shove in a hole. We even got some of that GIG industry shit. Them fuckers make everything. Proud member of the AAA, Anal Accommodating Accessories. So stop in the Johnny One Nut Sex Shop and check out our selection. You fucking perverts.
You know, Carrie's just saying there's a lot of women who have irregular cycles.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, yeah.
How would they?
Well, you know,
And
in Texas, they tried passing that law that if you found out your neighbor was like even going to leave the state for an abortion, you could sue her.
Well, and then Tina says she agrees with Carrie, saying a woman will sync with other groups of women if they hang out
none of their
together.
fucking business.
You jumping the Johnny One Nut Sex Shop. You know, I had a guy message me and said, "Who's this Johnny One Nut?"
I don't know, man, but if you ever meet him, tell hi for me.
Yeah, give me some of them soil britches.
Every time I hear that, I think of who are the cartoon guys?
Oh, Beavis and
Beavis and
Butthead.
Butthead, yeah.
I was kind of channeling them when I did that.
Yeah, he said, but.
Tina says, "Amen."
A fucking man.
She must be talking about the satanic cult.
Yeah. I think she's talking about none of their fucking business.
Yeah, it ain't none of their fucking business.
Jesus.
Well, it's like that's a violation of the Fourth fucking Amendment, plain and simple.
But they're talking about like getting a warrant. If they got a warrant, then they,
Well,
you know, if you got a warrant like
if you're gonna get a fucking warrant from a guy or a gal running a goddamn stop sign or a red light or a speeding ticket, oh, by the way, are you menstruating?
Yeah.
None of your
Jerry
fucking
Garcia said,
business.
if you got a warrant, I guess you're going to come in.
Yeah. Yeah, Tina. Right on, Tina says none of their business.
Right.
I can see a sexual harassment suit coming out of anybody who tries to pull this shit.
Well, I mean, the whole,
And a violation of the Fourth Amendment, a civil rights violation.
you know, and the thing is I'm pretty liberal. I am not a fan of abortion. I'm not a fan of the idea of abortion, but
I'm not a fan of sticking your nose where it don't fucking belong
right.
either.
And, you know, it's for like 40 years. It was precedent that, you know, a woman's right to privacy, her personal and her medical privacy, and to make decisions controlling her own life was the way it was the law of the land. And then as soon as they had the chance to get three dumb motherfuckers in there to say, I don't think so, it was done. It was over because they didn't like it. Them guys got nothing to do with the Constitution or our rights. They just, if they don't like it, fuck you.
In 1944, a physician began ejaculating thousands of deadly parasite eggs in the name of science.
Yeah.
She blinded me with science. Thomas Dolby would be proud.
Right.
The history of medicine is filled with heroes who went the extra step for science, heroically drinking vomit infected with yellow fever to see how it spreads, or pumping hydrogen gas up their own ass to see if there's a good way to locating bullet wounds. And I have a side story on that after this. One such man, though lesser known for reasons that will become apparent later, was Claude Barlow. Barlow was a doctor and researcher who was interested in some fucking weird a painful, chronic, and occasionally fatal disease caused by some kind of weird fucking name. The disease, as he was about to experience for himself on one trip to Egypt in 1944, can cause everything from abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, anorexia, diarrhea, and bloody stools.
Gotcha, get you a bloody stool. Step right up.
Barlow's research concerned whether U.S. troops could potentially bring the infection back with them and infect U.S. snails as a second host. You can outrun a snail, people. After attempts to mail U.S. snails via snail mail to himself failed because they kept dying in transit, he took it upon himself, knowing full well how nasty the disease can be, to sit down and become the envelope and deliver them back home himself.
Woo.
He placed 224 of these fucking things in his arm over the course of 21 days. He wasn't the first. This wasn't his first rodeo. He transported parasitic worms inside himself from China, deliberately infecting himself in order to study another fucking weird disease. When he returned home, he distributed the worms from his own intestines to remarkably pleased colleagues.
Anybody want some parasitic worms?
Not from your parasitic worm. He and Billy the baboon had also filled with parasites, headed home to the U.S., and the only major incident being that Billy escaped and scared other passengers. All right, so this guy is personally being a fucking host to parasites, diseases,
Right.
and whatnot,
And
just to get him back,
weird worms.
get him back over here so we can study him.
We can study him.
I mean, he's kind of a, if he doesn't
he's a
spread
maverick.
that shit,
He's a maverick. He's living outside the envelope, man.
well, yeah, because he couldn't mail them.
Yeah, good man.
But if it, I can't really argue with this thought process, because if these things like travelers go overseas all the time and they pick up shit and bring it back.
Okay, well, let's break this down.
Hold on. Say, you go over there, you go swimming, you get something up your flim flam hole, right?
Right.
One of those parasites.
Yeah.
And you come back and say it has an incubation period of 30, 60, 90 days.
Right.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And then you start infecting others when you start shoving your flim flam up somebody else's flim flam hole. Just say that happens hypothetically.
Right.
And we have no way of fucking combating it. This guy was purposely getting infected, smuggling that shit back just so we can study it.
We can study it. So, but then on the other hand,
Okay.
he was curious to see if there was a possibility that somebody over there could get infected with it and somehow slip through the cracks and bring it back.
But then we would already be knowledgeable of this disease.
For him to prevent that from happening, he went over there and he infected himself with it so he could bring it back.
I'm your guinea pig.
Yeah.
Carrie's
Well,
like, damn, talk about dedication to the study. Well,
I'm
that's
telling
what
you.
it is. I mean, he purposely infected himself to help others is what I'm saying.
Okay, so look, I just saw this sentence that I have to read. 3 months into his ordeal,
He died.
his scrotum began exuding serum, and he began running massive fevers. His bladder was in great distress, and he had to urinate roughly every 20 minutes.
I don't see a problem with that.
With your scrotum emitting
His
serum.
scrotum. His scrotum. Not everybody else's scrotum. Wouldn't that be a fucked up headline? Is thousands of scrotums,
Producing serum.
serum, and thousands
Every
of
20
people
minutes.
urinating. Instead of thousands and hundreds of thousands, it's one person.
Well, that whole urinating every 20 minutes happens when you turn about 64.
Oh, you've
anyway,
experienced that for last 2
that's-
years.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking...
But isn't it better that one guy fucking dedicated
Oh,
his
no,
shit
no, he's definitely...
to do this?
Definitely,
And then rather than hundreds of thousands of people, males going to the doctor, I got this serum coming from my scrotum, and my scrotum doesn't have a hole, so where is it coming from?
So this whole thing was wrapped around, the whole study was wrapped around the ability of the snails to get infected in the United States. So
Randy, thanks for joining in. He says, what the fuck?
So here, check this out. Realizing how dangerous the situation was, he eventually returned to Egypt in order to take the worms back. No.
Return to sender.
In order to seek treatment, a highly toxic and risky drug can cause vascular collapse. It damaged his heart, but a year and a half after giving himself the infection, he finally stopped leaking eggs out of his various fluids and solids. Now, unfortunately, his university didn't have the snails for him to conduct the experiment with. So it was
Well, yeah, they were stopped in the mail.
Ultimately pointless. In total, he had passed a whopping 12,000 eggs a day for no reason at all, other than medicine hadn't known beforehand that they could be ejaculated, which is quite difficult to chalk up as a win. So he did all this shit
for nothing.
For fucking nothing.
Well, he had a plan. I mean, why wasn't it,
Because it was a fucking shitty plan. It was a terrible fucking plan.
So, this side note, I talked about the hero who saved lives by pumping hydrogen gas into his own ass.
Yeah.
Okay, medical history is full of unsung heroes who put a little bit extra effort for science and humanity with different degrees of success, which we found out this guy had no success.
Had no success.
19th century American doctor Stubbins Fifth, who believed that yellow fever wasn't an infectious disease and set out to prove it was the most disgusting manner imaginable. First, he collected various fluids from the infected. He then made a wound in his arm and poured in some vomit.
Oh, great.
Okay, it gets better. It gets better. Before pouring it into his eyeballs and then drinking it.
Oh, Jesus.
After not being infected, he moved to the experimenting with patients' blood, saliva, and urine. Of course, it turned out it was an infectious disease.
No shit.
He didn't get ill, but only because he had collected his fluids from patients in the last stages of the disease when it was no longer infectious. He had been chugging puke for absolutely no reason at all.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, people.
Then there's Dr. Nicholas Sen, an absolute hero who focused on chugging from an opposite end, so to speak.
Yeah,
Let's not beat around the bush, all right? He pumped a large amount of hydrogen gas into his asshole. All in the name of medicine. Science.
Science. He blinded me.
This guy said he was an American surgeon who served in the Spanish-American War of 1898. At the time when x-rays were not widespread, bullet wounds to the abdomen where the intestines or stomach were perforated were incredibly difficult to diagnose and locate. I say you look for the entrance wound, and then if there's an exit wound, then you don't worry about it. But if there's no exit wound, then you got something in there.
Well, when you take your car in to see if it's got like a leak in the certain spots, they'll gas up the system. Look for smoke coming out.
It occurred to him that a wound in the stomach or intestine should be sought for in some such as a plumber would locate leaks in a gas pipe.
Yep.
While a lot of you would dismiss inflating patients as a mad idea, this is because you lack the vision of a pioneer. Well, we weren't back in 1800s, so, is your bone broke?
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you need an x-ray? Your bone is broke right there.
I mean, what an x-ray will do is help you put it back together better.
Previous experience has shown that pumping water up there was a bad, like an enema, nowadays, including one where the small intestine of a child is being subjected to over-distended rupture.
Oh, yeah. Well, they
pumped too much water.
Yeah, a lot of water. If you're going to get all the way up into the small intestine, yeah, you're pumping a shit
So
ton
this
of water.
guy just pumped hydrogen gas up his ass for...
I wonder if he was a smoker.
I bet you didn't light up when that was going on. But that's just, some
That's some of the news you just don't fucking get everywhere. I mean, that's news you didn't know you needed.
Carrie says they weren't prepared at all, and Tina has a whole bunch of gross pukey emojis coming up. But to pump anything up your ass.
I mean,
just like the ER nurse says, nothing goes up there accidentally.
Right.
It's all on purpose.
You don't fall on anything.
Well, you do, but
Well,
you
It's
don't.
basically a one-way deal. You know?
Where did this Barbie doll come from? You didn't fall on a Barbie doll.
You know how dangerous it is to stick a light bulb in there?
So that was my little side story.
Yeah, well, that was great, man.
We lost some viewers.
That's all right. We didn't need them anyway.
Oh, it
Yeah,
brings
I
a
mean,
whole new meaning to gastric distension. Have you ever smelled a gastric bleed, a lower GI bleed?
No.
Oh, it smells like shit and blood.
Like
And somebody died.
I have. Yeah, never mind. I have smelled.
Say it.
Homemade,
Say it.
Homemade sauerkraut farts,
Oh,
which are
that's
pretty
nothing.
bad. Yeah.
That's fucking
But
nothing.
it's fucking paint remover.
That's nothing to a lower GI bleed. So we got this guy. This story reminded me of Willy Wonka, modern day Willy Wonka. When Augustus Gloop fell into the fucking river of chocolate.
Oh, that's right.
Mars Wrigley fined after worker fell in chocolate tank. This happened in Pennsylvania. And OSHA has fined Mars Wrigley Confectionery after two contractors fell into a chocolate tank at the Pennsylvania factory. The workers who had been rescued after they fell into... See, these guys are rescued. Augustus Klug was not rescued.
Not rescued, yeah.
He got sucked up into a tube, and then nobody knows what happened after that.
Because, yeah, he was... Yeah. Well, didn't they all come back at the end?
No. Willy Wonka's a dark story.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, yeah.
According to OSHA, they've been fined. The fine has been labeled as a serious citation. The citation states that the Mars Wrigley did not make sure that the employees had the proper knowledge of how to clean the chocolate tank located in the facility. This brings us back to the poor soul who was not even on the job of fucking 90 days, who fell into that hot molten lava.
Oh, yeah. That was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, at the Bobcat factory.
Yeah.
Or where the fuck was it?
We're making Bobcat parts somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. And he
Or was it Bobcat or was it...
That wasn't Bobcat.
No, it was some tractor manufacturer.
Yeah.
What's the yellow one?
Where they have Cat.
Cat. Yeah, it was Cat. It was
Cat.
Caterpillar.
There was-
It
yeah.
was Caterpillar, yeah.
Where they didn't have a tie-off rail or some shit to
Yeah, well,
prevent you.
he was like a safety guy, a safety inspector.
And he was taking metal samples and
Yeah,
fell
and
the fuck in.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to these two guys?
Well,
they just fell in a vat of fucking chocolate. I wonder how warm it or how hot that chocolate was, because if you fall in and sink, that chocolate's got to be hot, right? I mean, you don't fall into solid chocolate and have to be rescued.
No. I mean, if you fall into a vat of chocolate, you have to be fished out. But the whole thing kind of hits me personal, because when I was a kid, I was a big Smothers Brothers fan.
Oh, Dick and
Tommy and Dick.
And
Speaking
of dicks, fuck you, Elsa.
They had a bit they did. It's called Chocolate, and Tommy was the dumb one. He would say, "I fell into a vat of chocolate. I fell into a vat of chocolate."
Carrie says she butchered a lot of chickens. They stink.
And then his brother would say, "What did you say when you fell into the chocolate?" And then it ended up, he says, "Well, I yelled fire when I fell into the chocolate." And he says, "Well, why did you yell fire?" He says, "Because nobody would help me if I screamed chocolate."
Tina's wondering, she says, just kidding. Where's the recall on that chocolate?
Right. Well, it's like, you used to hear stories about the guy that went missing in the bologna factory.
Contaminated. Carrie's wondering how rich was the chocolate. Of course, Carrie would be wondering that. Tina.
Yeah, but they didn't die. They got fished out, right?
Elsa needs to come teach her cat some manners. This bitch has no fucking manners. Every time I'm trying to do something that involves something, she's in that something.
It's because you're her favorite human.
Well, yeah, I guess. I have a way with animals.
She wants to be where you're at.
Is that bottle we got you for Valentine's Day?
Yes, it is.
That means we want you to die quicker.
That's okay. I want to wait until I get my roof on anyway.
Tina's cat doesn't have manners. No, this fucking bitch. She is a bully. We can't even let our other cats out of the bedroom/bathroom because she beats the fuck out of them. Which is weird because she is so much younger than those other two cats.
You'd like me to bring my cat over and teach her a lesson?
I'll rip his claws out first. I'll teach him a lesson, then he can teach them a lesson.
Yeah, because your cat is a sweetheart.
Because she has no claws.
No, she's fine. She's friendly, and she comes up and she,
Have you ever picked her up?
Yeah.
Okay, what does her back claws do?
Well, I mean, they're not that bad. I mean, she doesn't
Bengals have a fucking human hand.
She doesn't
for
attack
claws.
you and bite you and draw.
Oh no,
blood.
no, because she loves me.
Yeah, my cat loves me too.
Bengals have a
he loves
human
my
hand
blood.
as back claws. Because when I lift up Tuna, it's like she fucking spreads that shit, and then she'll dig him into you and fucking jump off and leave fucking bloody trails.
Blood trails. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Carrie's got an article she needs to post. It depends on the viscosity of the liquid chocolate. Elsa has chosen me over you many times. She loves us both, but she did like you first. Thanks for explaining that. Oh, fuck. What else we got, Sanchez? We got 8 minutes left. We got...
All right, so in California, the California Highway Patrol is baffled as the same sinkhole near Tracy claims 3 vehicles because they just fucking ignored the signs. They said there was a sinkhole up there.
Well, Californians ignore a lot of shit.
Yeah, well, I used to...
Ooh, we got Florida man.
I was stationed in California for...
I was in San Diego for a while.
Yeah, that's where I was at, San Diego, and then I was up in Anaheim.
Ooh, we got that one too. This show might go on a little bit longer than planned because we got some fucking stories for y'all.
But yeah, California, you can have every bit of it from the Oregon border all the way down to the Mexico border. You can have it.
Have what?
All of California.
I lost.
You can have all of
what we're
California.
talking about.
It is truly the worst place in the world to live.
I like San Diego.
Yeah, you can have it.
Well, I don't
like it. Move there. You can have it. You can have it all.
Never rains.
Bullshit.
No, it doesn't.
I lived there for years. It rained all the time in San Diego.
I was there for...
I was in rainstorms so bad I had to pull my car over and stop because you couldn't see where the fuck he's going.
When I was there was a fucking furniture store, and they had all of their fucking furniture sitting outside.
Yeah.
They were doing a parking lot sale, and I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, oh, it looks like it's going to rain. What the fuck? Why they have all their furniture out? He's like, it never rains here.
You obviously don't listen to America, right? Never rains in Southern California.
Yeah, I listen to songs and I take them seriously.
Man, it pours. I've been in horrendous rainstorms.
Well, I was wondering. I was like, why the fuck they got all their furniture out in the parking lot? He's like, dude, it never rains here.
It doesn't rain a lot, but when it rains, boy,
you just said it rains all the time.
Well, it does. It rains like.
And now you just said it doesn't rain a lot.
As much in California as it does here. I can tell you that. At different times. I mean, we get all rain in a short amount of time.
Holy fuck, Tina. Cheers. Are you drinking with us tonight, Tina? I hope you're drinking. Are you on? You're not on call. I don't think so. I don't know.
So anyway,
I'm on tomorrow sometime.
They got this big ass fucking sinkhole in California that has eaten 3 vehicles because they put up like barricades and signs saying don't come down this road. There's a big ass sinkhole, and it ate 3 cars. I wonder why.
Holy shit. It's Tina's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday, Tina.
Happy birthday, Tina. Cheers.
Happy early birthday. She's pre-gaming.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's great to have a birthday on a Saturday, too.
Yeah. It happens like once every 6 years or so.
Does it?
Something like that. Because days kind of shift.
Yeah,
Something.
well, I knew it. I knew it would always come around at some point in time, but I didn't know what the math was behind it. I never really paid attention.
And the wife says happy birthday to you too. Oh, yeah, there we go. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so she put that up. This is what they had to go around to get to the sinkhole.
Kind of like our fucking It's one of them at where the road closed is.
Yeah.
On Highway 10, where that dude tried to fucking take that bridge with the semi.
Oh, yeah.
Road closed.
Road closed, yeah.
Oh, is it really closed, or you just got to sign up?
Is that
That
bridge,
dude
is
almost
that bridge
made it.
really low?
That dude almost made it. If he would have been going like 5-10 miles an hour faster, he would have made it. He would have lost his trailer.
Popped out the other side.
He would have lost his trailer, but he would have fucking made it.
That's a railroad bridge.
Yeah. You know how many times that has been hit and they have not rebuilt it
They've not rebuilt it, yeah.
or done something
Well,
about it?
they just use that bridge to roll cars over and store them on that
No,
siding.
there's actual trains that go over that bridge.
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
I know that every time I've gone by there, I've seen them like moving cars around over there because they got like 4 tracks.
Holy shit, what happened at University of Mary? She said she got locked down for shelter in place at University of Mary.
Had a bomb scare.
Oh, okay. Well, I used to call those in all the time at the high school.
Don't say that out loud.
I have no, I didn't.
Just don't say that out loud.
Oh, yeah, she says bomb threat. And, fucking El Paso's been getting fucking hit hard. They had like 3 active shooters in the past fucking 2 days.
We've had like 65 fucking mass murders, mass shootings since the first of the fucking year.
Well, here's the thing is, what my thing is, quit glorifying it. Quit putting it on the news. Yeah, this shit happens now here in the U.S. every fucking day.
Yeah, just about every day, yeah.
And if we quit fucking putting it on the news and quit glorifying it, I think it may stop or slow down at least. Crazy fucks are out there. You can't stop that.
You know that's not going to happen,
Oh, no, because people, sell soap.
It is news. Yeah, they got to sell soap. Exactly.
Yeah.
And, but unfortunately, it's a fact of our life today that people go out in public and just fucking kill people.
Do stupid shit.
Yeah, well, they kill people. I mean,
Ina says it was college exams. So somebody,
yeah.
That's the same thing that happened finals in high school. People calling bomb threats, which, it deterred us from taking the test for a couple hours, but we still had to take the fucking test.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, bomb threat, test canceled indefinitely.
Yeah, and you're
no.
not going to be able to learn what you need to know to pass that test in like the time it takes to clear the bomb threat.
Yeah.
You're going to be taking the test tomorrow.
Shit, I forgot to study. There's a bomb under my desk. Blah, no. Yeah, we probably should stop talking about that. We're going to get fucked from YouTube.
So you do this story. You brought this one up.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't, it makes fucking no sense to me.
Well, this couple celebrates 57 years married despite multiple murder attempts. And it looks like we have audio.
Wow.
It's an unusual gallery
Everything you see here is a memory.
about a very unusual but happy couple.
It's a love story.
This year, Tony
It's a
and
love
Francis
story.
Toto will celebrate 57
True
years
love.
of marriage.
We've been blessed that we are together all these years. There was a one time when we had some rough time.
When Tony says they had a rough time, he's putting it mildly. The year was 1983. Tony and Francis had 4 kids and a pizza shop. But then Tony strayed from the marriage, and Francis found out.
So you decided you were going to kill your husband.
What happened next was like something out of a movie.
It's the Pizza Man.
Pizza Man.
Hollywood thought so too, turning the Toto's troubles into a feature film called I Love You to Death.
Oh, I
While
saw
not
this is a
everything
great
in
movie.
the movie is accurate, Francis did hire teenage hitmen to help her try to kill Tony
This
5
is a
times,
great movie.
including failed attempts to blow up his car and attack him with a baseball bat. One night, Francis put a bottle of sleeping pills in Tony's food, and then the hitmen shot him.
Twice, one in the back of my head and then the bullet went right through the chest.
We don't make this shit up.
I know.
This is a fucking story.
This is,
And the one in
it's
his
real.
head is still there. I don't think I was.
The one in
thinking
his head is
straight.
still there.
It was like a love-hate kind of a thing.
Because of the
More
pills,
hate
Tony's
than love,
system
I
slowed down. He was in a daze and says he didn't feel a thing, believing Francis when she told him he had the flu. After 5 days, police found out about the plot and arrested Francis and the teenage hitman. Tony spent 12 days in the hospital. The first thing he did when he was discharged was bail out Francis.
And then we both cry, and we said to each other, you know, from now on, let's talk, let's communicate better. Something that we should have done before.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's what was missing.
Tony and Francis say that tearful moment was a new beginning for their relationship, and to help them stay on track, they got counseling.
Did I forgive her? Yes, nothing happened to me. Yes, that's okay. We'll do it again, friend. Yeah, take it easy, yeah?
But Francis had to pay for what she did, spending 4 years in prison, talking to Tony on the phone every day. Then in 1990, a silver lining to their dark cloud, I Love You to Death hit theaters.
I saw that movie. It was a great movie, and I had no idea it was real.
Where the fuck do we go from there?
I don't even know. Oh, how about this?
Tina says he probably walked on her freshly mopped floor. No, he walked on somebody else's freshly mopped
And
floor.
she found out about it.
Carrie's like, I need to watch this movie. Bitch, don't be taking notes.
So, man dies after he's shot by his own gun that was triggered by an MRI machine.
Oh, this is a different story.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the one we were on?
Well, they all lived happily ever after.
Luckily,
Yeah.
the bullet is still here. It's still in my head.
I'm okay. Nothing happened to me.
We talk it out now, which we probably should have done before. But hey, you know, hindsight's 2020.
So you asked where we're going to go from there. We're going to go to this man who dies after he's shot by his own gun that was triggered by an MRI machine. So you're a proponent of legalized gun ownership, right? You think that you should have a right to own weapons? This guy thought he's from Brazil. He thought he should have a right to own weapons, and he does. In Brazil, he was licensed. He had all the proper legal ownership of this gun, and his wife was going to have a MRI, and he was allowed to be in her room. And they told him, if you've got anything metal on you, you should probably take it off. He says, well, I got my gun, but I'm not giving it up. They said, well, but you don't understand. He says, I'm not giving up my gun. So he stayed in there, and they fired up the MRI, and it literally ripped the gun out of his waistband, hit the fucking MRI magnet, went off, and shot him in the guts.
They warned him.
Yeah, well, a Brazilian lawyer and gun advocate has reportedly died after being shot by his own gun brought into an MRI room.
Well, just like they say if you have piercings, take them out because
if you have red tattoos, if you seriously,
I've had red tattoos.
I've had several MRIs, and if you had a red tattoo prior to like 1976,
prior, yeah,
yeah,
that was
because
before I was born.
Well, they used to use iron oxide in the tattoos, and they say there's a possibility you can get burned. Your skin can get hot enough from the reaction between the magnets and the oxide, the iron in your tattoo, that it can cause blistering and burning.
Well, when they say if you got piercings, but aren't most piercings like stainless steel, which isn't magnetic?
Not
at
all stainless steel is not magnetic.
Well, low quality is magnetic.
Yeah, well, it depends on the quality of the stainless. But the thing is, they don't want you to have metal.
Yeah.
You know? Even
Just-
like cochlear implants. Or
just to cover their own ass.
Or a pacemaker, because, there's always a possibility that even though that you were guaranteed it was like, 30-30, 301 stainless or whatever the surgical stainless is that has no iron in it, you could have got ripped off.
Well, I've welded fucking pipe that's supposedly stainless.
Right.
And I put a magnet to it to make sure, and it sticks. I'm like, well, this ain't fucking stainless.
It's got high nickel content or something, but it's not stainless. Yeah.
Carrie's like, they should have never let him stay in the room. What story is that from?
It's from our man dies after he's shot by his own gun that was triggered by an MRI machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, this guy, his name is
Johann Sebastian.
Leonardo
Oh,
He's
Tina's
40 years
gone
old.
MRI.
Accompanied
All
his
right.
mother to a Sao Paulo, Brazil diagnostic center for an MRI scan on January 18th, according to CNN Brazil. They asked Novas and his mother to remove all metal from their bodies. And it's protocol when entering an MRI room
Well,
because of the
yeah,
machine's strong
duh.
magnetic field. Yeah. He did not disclose that he was carrying a concealed
Well,
weapon.
did they let him go in his fucking street clothes? Because normally they fucking strip you down in the fucking gown and undies.
Well, I mean, this is Brazil. We don't know how.
Oh, that's Brazil.
we
Kind
know
of like
what they're-
India. Hey, go fly a kite.
Go fly a kite. Might want to wear something around your neck while you're doing it.
Okay. Couple.
So yeah, he got shot and died. The magnet ripped his fucking gun out of his waistband, hit the magnet, went off, shot him through the guts. He died.
We got a Florida man.
All right.
This is probably a great, great ending to our show and a great public service announcement for anybody who wears contact lenses.
Oh yeah.
One penis, one life. Florida man falls asleep with contact lenses, wakes up with one eye blind due to an eye-eating parasite.
Yeah. See, I personally can't even imagine even putting a contact lens on my eye.
I've
To me,
talked to a
that-
few people like that, but it's a blessing for what I do.
Well, that's
because
I'm sure it's great. And if I could get by that whole
touching my eye.
yeah,
touching your own eye?
Yeah, I know. It's well, I mean, I'm a bifocal guy anyway, so I don't even know if that would work.
Well, they got special ones for you old fucks.
Do they?
Yeah. A man recently woke up in the horror of waking up with one eye going blind after eye-eating parasites ate his eye. The cause. The man in question fell asleep with contact lenses in. The man who suffered a tragic twist of fate was identified as 21-year-old Mike Someguy early in December. Mike Someguy made a shocking mistake, which he later found out became the cause of him losing his eye. According to reports, Mike was wearing contact lenses when he decided to take a short nap at his workplace. Mike was no stranger to falling asleep with his contact lenses and had earlier gotten an eye infection due to his issue. In December, when he took the nap with the lenses in, it proved to be tragically worse than any mistake he ever made. Mike was diagnosed with some kind of weird keratitis, which, according to a Mirror report, is a flesh-eating parasite which eats the eye tissue. The blindness in the right eye meant that he could no longer take the university studies. Oh, yeah. He couldn't see.
Yeah.
The ordeal has been nothing but painful. Well, obviously. It's like a constant shock and constant pain. I'm pretty proud of my pain tolerance, but I've been screaming in pain.
So does the parasite only in your eye when the contact's in? I mean, once a parasite's in your eye, it's in your eye.
It's in your eye, which I'm thinking it was a contaminated lens to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean,
I remember when my boy Jay
he
fell
just took a
asleep.
nap. It wasn't like he was like just leaving it in. for a
Well,
long
okay,
period
were
of
these
time.
dailies or were these long-term contacts, which you need to still take out every night and clean?
Does it say?
But dailies you take out every night and just throw away.
Just-
But my boy Jay, he fell asleep with contact lenses in. He fucking got a bad eye infection.
I suspect. I got no reason to suspect this, but I suspect he just had poor contact lens hygiene. He wasn't practicing the things he was supposed to be doing.
Well, that's what Carrie just said. He may not have been. They may not have been clean.
yeah, I mean,
Which
thing is,
you
if
leave them
you-
in.
I don't think there's a difference. I mean, the contacts may have brought the parasite to his eye, but I don't think leaving the contact in was.
Well, it's a great host. I mean, if you don't take them out, the parasite. I mean, it's not going
Yeah,
to.
but he only took a nap, and all it says is he just.
Well,
took
how
a
long
nap.
were these in prior to that nap?
Does it say
2-3
I don't know.
days?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
4, 5, 6. I mean,
stories don't give us enough information to make conjecture from.
well, that's happy hour news.
I know.
We do that shit all the time. Well,
at least now we're starting to read the articles a little bit anyway.
Oh, Tina. He took a poop, put his contacts in. Dude, that would do it.
That could
Wipe
do
your
it.
ass,
Most
put
certainly
your
could, yeah,
contacts
'cause that's
in.
how most internal parasites travel is through
Through
your
your
poop.
poop.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to just leave you on that and say goodnight, right?
Good night.
Tune in Tuesday. Listen to this shit again if you want some audio. Not audio, but some music. I didn't plan anything for music, but check out Tinsley's Lab, TINSLEYS Lab on YouTube. Subscribe. Give this little girl some confidence. She's very proud of what she's doing with these gross ass experiments.
Yep.
And you guys will see you next time.
That's a T.
Cunt.